Hanoi free private tour guide. Today we are very pleased to be your free tour guide through video.
And our destination today is Short Lake, Ngọc Sơn Temple, Market Temple, Lý Thái Tổ statue, and monuments of patriotic soldier of Vietnam Army.
So let's not take our time and head into our first destination, the short.
To tell you about the historical background, as you know, the Chinese dominated Vietnam about more 1,000 years. The Ming Army dominated Vietnam from the 1407 to 1427, about 20 years. When the Ming invaded our country, they exploited the nature and resources about the human. They focused hard labor, forced arts and craftsmen, and they become the enough. They want to exploit the Vietnam people, bring the Chinese men to marry with Vietnamese women because they want to erase the good breed. About the culture, they stole artwork, stole poetry works, literature work, and many painting work. And in addition, they burning to book history, because they want to erase the history and original. And then they want to be later generation to be lower, and that is independent cultural politics.
That time, there are a lot of people to uprising, to defeat, to fight against the Ming. But just only person won. He is Lê Lợi. Lê Lợi was born in the 13th century in Lam Sơn, Thanh Hóa province, and he is youngest of three sons in the noble family. He was the leader of Lam Sơn uprising and defeated the Ming army after 10 years struggling. And he also founded the later Lê dynasty, and they have our country developed about the economic, education, politics, and economy.
So about the name of the lake, maybe you will be curious, why does this lake have that special name? Why do people name a lake after a weapon? Well, this name is based on a story, a legend about Lê Lợi. Well, you already know that Lê Lợi won the Ming dynasty and became the king. But in the legend, at first he didn't succeed. He failed many times, and one day, by chance, he got a magical sword. That sword's name is Phật Thiên. Phật Thiên means heaven's will. Lê Lợi believes that it is the heaven will to let him have that sword, to let him liberate Vietnamese people. So he used that sword along with his army, fight against the Ming dynasty and drove them away out of Vietnam. So after he became the king, one day when he was going boating on the lake, a giant golden turtle emerged from the water, and the turtle asked him to return the sword. Lê Lợi thought that was the right time for him to give back the sword to the gods. So he returned the sword to the turtle. The turtle took the sword in its mouth and dived away deep into the water. So to commemorate this event, Lê Lợi named this lake a Return Short Lake, or we can say Short Lake for short. Well, before Short Lake, this lake have several previous names such as Green Water Lake. As you can see, the water in the lake is green all year round. Another name is Water Army. According to the military training under Trần Dynasty on the lake. And other name is Tả Vọng Lake, which means sight from the lakes. Okay. So that is about the Turtle Tower. Maybe you will ask, why is its name Turtle? Well, is it because there are turtles in the lake? Well, the answer is yes. Yes, but there were turtles in the past, but not nowadays. In the past, there were a few individuals was found and seen. One individual was found in 1963. After a heavy rain, it came out of the water and it crawled on the lake bank. And but unfortunately, it was caught and tortured and slaughtered by a group of teenagers. Another individual was found in 1967. It was killed by an abusive fisherman who was supposed to catch and net it, but instead hit it with a crowbar. Its body is kept on display inside of Sun Temple. One individual was found in 2010. It was captured by Vietnamese military, but with a purpose of cheating and study. After cheat it and study about it, they release it into the lake. And one last individual was found in 2016. It was seen dead and floated on the lake. And after that, there were no other individuals was found. So people take it for granted that there aren't any turtles in the lake nowadays.
You can see after me is a Turtle Tower. Turtle Tower is a small tower in the middle of the Salt Lake, and the tower was erected on the islands, for the former fishing site under the King Lê Thánh Tông, and under the resort the Lê dynasty is about the 17th and 18th centuries had a Tả Vọng temple, and which disappeared during the Nguyễn dynasty. After the French conquer in Hanoi in 18th century, and most of the population around the lake is away. Just only person stay here, Miss Kim, who was mediator the French and Vietnamese. And after 3 years, he compiled money to build tower. And the proposal is burying his father, but local people doesn't agree. Then the tower was still complete. And about architecture, the tower was combination the French and Vietnamese architecture. About the French with the wood art is full story with the cube of roof, the Vietnam traditional. And the tower has 4 faces and 4 stories. And the base floor is the largest and the upper floor is narrower. During the French confederation, on the top of tower have a version of the statue of library. It started about 6 years, and then they were demolished when the French came to. And now we are standing in front of Lý Thái Tổ statue. It's the biggest pure bronze in Vietnam and lead up to 1000th anniversary at Thăng Long, Hanoi. And about Lý Công Uẩn, he was born in the 10th century in Cổ Pha village, Từ Sơn, Bắc Ninh province. He was Buddhist, this tribal, because he was born as a soldier and raised up by the monk. And when they grow up, he went to royal capital Hoa Lu to be the religious advisor for the Lê court. After the last king Lê died, he was interned and became the king, put the end to the Lê dynasty and opened the new dynasty is the Lý dynasty. And under the Lý dynasty, Vietnam very developed about the culture, about the Buddhism, and they focus to build a lot of construction about like building the first university of Vietnam, and they expanded our country about the southward. And the second, they removed the capital from the Hoa Lu to Đại La, the name of Hanoi at that time, because he can realize the strength for this area, and he makes our country develop prosperity.
When Lý Thái Tổ became the king, he relocated the capital from Hoa Lu to Đại La. And there are several reasons for this relocation. The first one is that he believed that Hoa Lu is an unlucky area because all the previous kings' dynasty didn't last long there. The second reason is that Hoa Lu also, although it is a strategic area, it is easy to protect and hard for the enemy to attack, but it's surrounded by mountains and marshlands, which is difficult for economy to grow. And the third one is Đại La at that time is a flat land and surrounded by rivers and lakes, which is advantageous for commerce, for transportation, for economy, and for military mobilization. When he relocated the capital, he renamed Đại La into Thăng Long. Thăng Long means ascending dragons. When Lý Thái Tổ traveled to Đại La, he claimed to had a vision of a dragon rising up. So he renamed the capital into Thăng Long, ascending dragon, with the hope that the capital as well as the country will always be like the dragon, always rising up, always going up. Well, maybe you may ask about the meanings of the name Hanoi and Vietnam. Well, Hanoi is a combination of two words. Ha means rivers, and Nội it means inside. Hanoi means inside the rivers. It is because Hanoi is surrounded by three rivers, Red rivers, Nhuệ rivers, and Tô Lịch rivers. About the names of Vietnam, Viet is the name of an ethnic group that makes up the Vietnamese people today, and Nam means the south. Viet has another meaning, which is preeminence. So Vietnam, we can say, it is the preeminent ethnic group in the south in comparison with China, not in the south of China. Okay, so we are standing in front of Ngọc Sơn Temple. Ngọc Sơn, which means Jade Mountain. So we can say Ngọc Sơn Temple is Jade Mountain Temple. This temple is located on the islet in the middle of Short Lake. And this temple was built in the 19th century to worship Văn Xương Đế Quân and General Trần Hưng Đạo, a national hero of Vietnam. Well, Văn Xương Đế Quân is a god in Taoist. He is a god of literature and culture. So people often come here on the 1st and the 15th of the lunar month to worship him, and with the hope that he will give them the success in work or in study. About General Trần Hưng Đạo, he is an imperial prince and military commander under Trần Dynasty. He commanded the Vietnam's army to repel two out of three Mongol invasions under Trần Dynasty. With his multiple victories, he is considered to be one of the most military commanders in Vietnam's history. In this temple, you will see the Pan Tower, Thế Húc Bridge and the Pan Tower, and the Thế Húc Bridge that leads into the worshiping area of Văn Xương Đế Quân and General Trần Hưng Đạo. So now let's head into the Pan Tower.
Okay, we are standing under the Pan Tower. The Pan Tower was built by the Nguyễn Văn Siêu in 19th century, who is a Confucian master. And in history, Vietnam dominated by China, and as a result, we are affected a lot by China about architecture, education, and character. And you can see Pan Tower with a 10-meter high stone structure, and with like the shape of the crust of the crust. And there are three words in the Pan Tower. Is that Thanh Thiên, which means writing on the clear blue sky, and he wants to remind our students always honesty and trustful. About the Vietnam culture, there are four holy animals. They are the turtle, the dragon, the phoenix, and the unicorn. And each animal represents for the special meaning. The first, the turtle. The turtle represent for the wisdom and long-lived steed. Therefore, they want to underscore the importance of education. So show the respect to the talented people, and where the contribute were recognized forever. And the second, the dragon represent for the power and
for the strength and freedom to lead a better life. The third, the unicorn. Unicorn represent for the create and peace and luckily. The unicorn has a future and but they can push anybody. So it's a symbolize for the mercy. And the last, phoenix. Phoenix is present for the queen and princess. And in Vietnam, the phoenix is the king of the bird. And they symbolize for the noble woman because they just appear during the peaceful and disappear during the wartime. So therefore, the image symbolize for the peace and prosperity.
In order to get into the worshipping area, you have to go through Taehook Bridge. Taehook Bridge means early morning sunshine approaching the bridge. As you can see, Taehook Bridge has an elegant beauty with sophisticated architectural features. It has the curved shape and is painted in red. Because Vietnamese people in Vietnamese culture, we believe that red is a lucky color. So in the morning when the sunlight shines on the bridge, you can see it makes the bridge light shining and it has a breathtakingly beautiful. This is Baguio Temple. This temple was built under the reign of King Leighton Tông to worship Mother Goddess Liễu Hạnh. She is one of 4 immortals in Vietnamese culture. Mother Goddess Liễu Hạnh was the heaven's princess, but because of one mistake, she was banished on the earth, and through her times on earth, she spent time travel around the country and help people. She even helped people in fighting against the invader, against the enemies. And to commemorate and to worship her, people built many temples, and Baguio Temple is one of them. At first, the temple was quite large, but when the road around Hoàn Kiếm Lake was built, it is divided into 2 parts. One part is close to the short lake, and the other part is across the street, as you can see. The altar are in the back of the temple. Normally, it is not open to the public, but it is open on the 1st and the 15th of lunar month for people to come and worship there. People come and worship for family, for health, for money, for pride, for work, for study, and besides, because Mother Goddess Liễu Hạnh is considered to be the goddess of abundance and fertility. Those women who want to be pregnant also come and worship there. And
I'm standing at the monument of patriotic soldiers of the Vietnam Army, and the monuments were built to commemorate the people who sacrificed to struggle fight against the French. And as you see, there are 3 people, symboling for the 3 classes at that time. And the woman symboling for the intellectual, and the right hand told the sword, symbol for the respect of the Vietnamese woman. And the man in the middle, symbol for the army classes, and the hand took the gun, and they always clarify to protect country. The last, the man symbol for the worker classes, and the left hand told the gun, and the right hand told with the womb. And they when the peaceful time, they become a worker to produce the item, support the preparation. And when the war broke out, they become a braver warrior. And this statue symbol for the brave and brave for the Vietnam